think about that. There are people less intelligent than you. There are people less prepared than you. There are people less worthy than you. There are people less experienced. And there are people that are younger than you who have achieved what you want to achieve in life merely because they woke the fuck up and they did something about it.
I've built many startups, most of them have failed, so Bitcoin is exactly the place that I like to be.
We're going to end it right there. Dream big, be big. That's the title of today's topic. Dream big, be big. The reason that we're talking about this is very simple. It's early in the morning, and I had a conversation with my daughter before she headed off. Is that the right word? Yeah. Before she went off to school. You see, my daughter dreams. My daughter dreams huge dreams, big dreams. And this morning, she was describing a dream of absolute fantasy. She explained her dreams. She told me the places she went, the characters she had met, the sights she had seen. Oh, it was a grand dream, a dream of lights, a dream of colors, a dream of grandeur. And I loved listening to this. It's one of those dreams where almost every other sentence begins with, and then, and then, and then. And so I asked her questions because this is what I do as a consultant. This is what I do as a father. This is what I do as a person. If you've ever sat with me, you know I just love to ask lots of questions. And so I asked her questions. I asked her questions about her dream. And the reason I asked her questions is, number one, she was excited. Number two, I wanted her to stay excited. I wanted her to stay in that context of the dream world. And number three, I wanted to make that dream bigger and better. And you say, well, Peter, how do you make the dream bigger and better? You merely ask questions about things that they haven't thought about. One of the first questions I asked my daughter this morning, as I said, what did it smell like? Oh, you should have seen her eyes widen. When I asked her, what did it smell like? Her eyes widened. You could see her mind was racing at 1,000 miles per hour, trying to conjure up some words that she could describe as to what the smells that she thought she had during that dream. She told me it smelled like cotton. I wrote it down. She told me it smelled like cotton candy. Told me it smelled like clouds. She told me it smelled like those really green trees. You see, in my daughter's dream, she is able to see the unrealities of life. She is able to see the impossible. And my job, don't miss this, guys. If you have sons, if you have daughters, I'm not going to ever tell you how to raise your kids, but I'm going to tell you how I raise mine. When it comes to these types of dreams, my job as a father is to widen the context, make the options bigger, make the world bigger than what my small child sees. That's my job, is to make the playing field bigger, to make the options bigger, to say, hey, you're in this moment. Tell me more. What's going on? Who do you see? What did you do? Who did you meet? What were the smells like? What were the feelings like? Did you laugh? Did you cry? What was something that was a little bit tense, right? And what stems out of this conversation is an entire idea stream of extracting my daughter's most amazing thoughts and having her communicate those to me. Is not only an exercise in flexing the mind, but it's an exercise in communicating. Don't miss this. It's an exercise in communicating your innermost thoughts. Dream big, be big. Let's just jump right into this, guys. I wrote down early this morning, I wrote down 7 reasons why dreaming big allows you to be big in life. I don't think it requires a whole lot of imagination from any of you guys out there to imagine that after my conversation with my daughter this morning, after me helping her expand her dream, see more from her dream than she was able to communicate to me at the moment, is that after she explained her dream, it doesn't take much of an imagination to imagine that she went to school thinking big. She went to school feeling big. Her appa, her daddy, her father had engaged with her mind this morning, helped her expand her mind, be excited about what she dreamed about. And she's now taking that context to school. Do you think she feels big? Do you think she feels mentally powerful? Do you think she's cognitively awake for the day? I would say yes. And that's one of my jobs as a father to my children, is to help them not only dream big, but be big and feel big. Because it's easy to feel small, insignificant, worthless. The world will want to tear my daughter down. They're already tearing the sons of man down. The sons of man in America today are dying because the world wants to tear and destroy them. Maybe the reason why men are being attacked so much in today's world is because the women have already been destroyed. Anyway, let me tell you 7 reasons why. 7 reasons why thinking big, dreaming big is the best way to success and to live. Number 1, dreaming big opens up the playing field. It opens up the context. You have more opportunities. Think wide. Ask great questions to your mind. Why? How come? What if? Think about your dreams. Think about what you'd like to do. Think about what you'd like to accomplish. What if I did that? How would my life change? What would occur? Where could I be? What could I see? Who could I meet? These are all exciting things, and these are all doable in this lifetime today. Think wide. Number 2, only big dreamers are successful. Now, I really thought about this, guys. I really did. Are only big dreamers the only ones that are truly successful? Well, at least from a media standpoint, because you certainly hear about them. But I would say that this is essentially true. You may never hear of all the big dreamers out there. But I'll tell you that the big dreamers are the ones that are successful, because the big dreamers have taken some semblance of their life and said, you will bend to my will this part of my life. I am in control. And this is where I want to go with this part of my life. These are the people who dream big. These are the people who take control of their lives. These are the types of people who get shit done with their lives. Now, I'm not saying that they're changing their whole life. But dreaming big can be merely a cross-section of a part of your life that you know that you want to execute on, that you want to improve. Number 3, when you dream big, you notice life more. The small things matter to you. I know that there's a common saying that, don't sweat the small things. Well, I would go against the grain a little bit there. I think that generally applies when it comes to people. When it comes to people, you generally don't need to sweat the small things, because most people have their racket, they have their issues, they have their mental issues, and you know what? Maybe you just got caught up in their ish today. So when it comes to people, I generally don't sweat the small things, because Generally, when you have the opportunity to sweat the small thing, you're really sweating someone else's emotionality, and that's never a good idea. But the reason I say why people who dream big do sweat the small things, they notice life more, is because they realize that everything that they do affects the dream. If you have a great dream to be X, but you're doing Y, guess what? You will someday wake up and realize that doing Y is not going to allow you or helping you achieve X. If you want to lose weight, you got to start sweating the small things. You can't be picking up the bag of chips. You can't be getting that 75-cent soda. Like, these are the small things that matter. When you dream big, the small things add up. And that's why the small things matter. And so for people who dream big, number 3, you will realize, right? You will realize and notice that life really does matter. And this falls clearly into 4. You'll realize, number 4, you'll realize how important you are. You are to the world, and how precious your time is. When you dream big, you realize that that dream has an expiration date. And that expiration date often is the unknown date of your death. And so you better get cracking, brother. You better get moving, sister. Time is wasting. It's time to go. You realize how important self-improvement is. Number 5. So, number 4, you realize how important you are and how precious your time is. Number 5, you realize how important self-improvement is, because the only way that you're going to be able to achieve your goals is if you get up off your ass and self-educate, self-improve, begin investing in you. It's fascinating how many employees invest in their employers. When, if you just take a single second, you might realize that your employers don't invest a whole lot in their employees. Number 5, you realize how important self-improvement is, which also comes with self-education. You must learn to self-educate yourself if you want to dream big. And if you want to dream big, you learn that self-education is pretty daggone important. Number 6, you get over shit faster. You get over failure faster when you dream big. Because you realize that your goal, your dream, the thing that you want, is greater than every single failure in the process of achieving that goal. You fail faster. You manage your failures better. You manage your time better when you dream big, when you think big. You get over that shit faster. You realize it's merely just a speed bump, not a wall. There are rarely any walls. Only speed bumps that look like walls. Number 7, I think, is the most important. Dreaming big requires you to seek others out to help you. You must expand your network. There are individuals. By the way, need I remind you, there are individuals who have already achieved what you've achieved, what you want to achieve. Let me make it even more poignant. Let me make it even more hard. Let me make it a little bit terse and harsh. There are people less skilled than you. There are people less intelligent than you who have achieved what you want to achieve in life merely because they woke the fuck up and did something about it. Think about that. There are people less intelligent than you. There are people less prepared than you. There are people less worthy than you. There are people less experienced. And there are people that are younger than you who have achieved what you want to achieve in life merely because they woke the fuck up and they did something about it. Dreaming big requires you to seek out other people who might be younger, less experienced, and stupider than you are, who have already achieved that which you would desire to achieve. They've already done it. You know why? Because they woke up yesterday. You're waking up today. These daily deposits, the daily deposits of dreaming big, widening your playing field, opening up your mind, realizing that a successful life is one that is intentional, concentrated, focused, realizing how important you are to the universe, realizing how important your time is, and realizing how important it is to continue to improve yourself. You learn how to get over shit faster. You realize that your goals are greater than your failures. And eventually, as you dream big and as you continue the mental discipline to dream big, think big, you will be big because you will seek out others who have gone before you, have succeeded in that endeavor, that achievement, that goal that you so desire. And you know what? They have already created a pathway. They've already created a process. They've already created a behavior that all you need to do is learn about, contextualize to you, and execute on. Because let me tell you, every dream, and this is just me again, every dream that you have, someone else has already achieved it. You ain't special. You ain't the special in Legoland, okay? Someone's already achieved your goal. Someone's already completely achieved your goal and made millions off of it. And probably exceptionally happy right now with their achievements. You ain't never gonna be first. But you know what? You could be 9,823rd. But you know what? In the whole scheme of life, you won't care that you're 9,723rd in line to succeed in this exact same thing that 9,722 people have achieved before you. You'll be happy. You'll be fulfilled because you dreamed big, you became big, and you lived a life worthy of the time that you had here. Here's the exercise for you guys today. What is a dream that you have? Think about it. What is a dream that you had? Think about it. What's a dream that you have? Think about it. What's a dream that you had? Think about it. Sit on it. I bet if you think about it for a long time, you might actually spur yourself to do something about it. Maybe that's what you need to do. This is Peter, the Bitcoin Lambo. Thanks for joining us in this episode. If you liked it, thanks. Smash the like button, subscribe, and if you're really feeling like dreaming big, send this to one person today in your network that you think needs it. Thanks. Peace out.